Hey, how are you? How to get all the support that you can get to help you with controlling your blood pressure very well. Welcome. That's what we're going to be talking on today's exclusive training. My name is Pharmacist Chibwamami Lichibo, and I'm the founder of Hypertension Africa, where we help you to achieve and maintain normal BP numbers every single morning. You wake up to normal numbers without adverse effects or having to live on drugs for the rest of your life. So today we're going to be talking about number one, why should you actually be concerned about controlling your BP? And then we're going to look at three of the biggest areas that you should seek support from and how to get the most of this. And of course, I'll also be giving you some resources that really help you get started if this is your goal. So without without much ado, let's get started. If we're just meeting, my name is Pharmacist Chibwamami Lichuku. And of course, this is Whole and Wellness Show episode 29. If you're seeing this on our YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to our channel so you always get stuff like this. Now, who is this for? Maybe you're at a place where maybe you've been on so many drugs for your BP, probably take 2, 3, 4, even 5 medicines every day. Your BP continues to remain high, or and then you're like, okay, I want to really control my BP. I don't want to continue to have these headaches, this chest tightness, this sleep troubles, this swollen feet, this constant taking of drugs, constant trying different supplements, and nothing is working. Now you need to look in the area of support as well. Okay, so maybe you're like, okay, I'm ready to do anything that it takes me to lower this BP. And most times, if you're getting it right, you're setting your intentions right, you should be setting things like, I want to get very good numbers within the next 30 days or within the next 90 days. So if this training is especially for you if you've set it as a goal. Some people have the goal that before the end of this year, I want my BP to be very well controlled so that I can have peace of mind and not be afraid of, sleeping and not waking up, stuff like that. So if you have set this intention, because this is a conversation that we usually have with even our coaching clients. As a matter of fact, the very first call we have with them, we talk about support. We actually ask them to come to the call. It's a Zoom call, it's a Zoom session. We ask them to come to the Zoom session with their spouses. Yes, it's that serious because it's a big decision, especially when you're committed to fixing your BP. You're actually taking a big decision. It's not something that you're taking lightly, right? So that's why you actually need support. So number one place you want to look at is you want to talk to your family and friends. Listen, this is not a time where you want to, this is not a time where you want to do it all on your own, because most of the detracting factors, most of the distraction, most of the temptation is gonna come from people close to you. So imagine you don't want to eat a lot of red meat, you don't want to eat fried chicken, you don't want to eat fried foods, or a lot of meat pie, pizza, and your friends, that's the only thing that you guys are used to. You might actually even need to cut off your friends, those are not ready to support you. And then maybe your friends are your drinking buddies. You guys are always hanging out at a bar, or at a nightclub where there is a lot of alcohol, there's a lot of smoking. You might actually just need to cut them off. That's how you're getting your support from your family and friends. We interviewed Mr. Akin Remy, I think that's his name, who lost 30 kg in 120 days. He had to cut off, like his friends didn't even know anything about him anymore in the period because he knew they were going to be a temptation. So also your family. I told you how we talk to the spouses. It's really important that for you to get support from your family and friends, don't just assume that they're going to support you. You've got to ask them. ASK, drop that in the comments, okay? Don't forget, if you're liking this, don't forget to like this video and share it to save a life. Also, if you're seeing this on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you can always get notified when we're sharing stuff like this that you find helpful, okay? So you've got to ask them, and then ask them, can you please not tempt me? Can you please, even your kids, You can tell them, mommy is doing a program, mommy is working on her health, we're going to be dancing every 5 p.m. today. Ask them. And they would even serve to hold you accountable, like, hey, mommy, why are you not dancing today? Can you see how that is different from, you're just doing your thing and they'll be like, mommy, no, I want to sleep, or mommy, come and plait my hair, or mommy, come, let's go and do this. But if you had told them, we underestimate the power of asking. So please always ask. All right. So let's quickly go to number 2 place you can find support. Number 2 place is online resources. Okay, so the big thing about online resources, like, it's huge. I mean, if you're seeing this, you're most likely seeing it on a smart device. And even if you're seeing it on a laptop, well, you are able to access online resources, yes or no? So you want to make sure that you're getting the resources you need. Listen, you can't do it on your own. If you want to reverse BP by yourself, you're not going to use your head knowledge for it. I mean, even if, yes, you may know a few things that are helpful, but it's always great to get more, yes or no? So you want to make sure that even your access to the internet is improving your health. That's why you have things like online wellness communities. By the way, if you are not a member, we have Hypertension Africa Wellness Community. That's one place. And it's free membership. Come there. You'll be seeing a lot of tips every morning. Okay, you also, I'm sure that, I mean everyone on Facebook, most people belong to more than 10 groups on Facebook. Make sure you also belong in a health group that would be fueling your goal. And if your goal is more or less, I want to control my BP. Hi, if you're watching, how are you doing? Thank you. Please share this video so that more people can get to see it. So if your goal is BP control, I mean, that's what Hypertension Africa does. You need resources that would help you specifically for your BP control. Get and use those resources. Let me say here as a word of caution is, don't also, in as much as you want to use online resources, don't get a lot of contradicting. Sometimes when you follow like 15 different people, you're going to learn 15 different ways to do it, and then you get confused. Don't let that be you. So if you find the people who their content resonates with you, like you like their own approach, you like how they do it, right, then you just follow them and follow their recommendations, because that way, they say follow one course until successful. Focus, it's very important. So if you're following Hypertension Africa, for instance, follow us until you get your results. Okay, if you're following any other person that you like, follow them till you get your results. Also, so you can join our wellness community, our website as well. We try to update it with blog posts, with webinars, with training. Some are paid, yes, so some are actually courses that you can do on your own to really help you. Make sure that you're using them. Gone are the days where you say, because you couldn't travel, this doctor is in Abuja and you cannot go and see the doctor. These days you're able to access these things online, so make use of them. That's number 2 place you can get a lot of support. There's a lot of stuff that you can get online, whether in Facebook groups or in anywhere. I'm going to link all these resources I'm mentioning. I'm going to link resources of the group, of the community, of a website, resources that you can use to help you. Okay, and then any other one you like. Then number 3 place that you can get your support is joining a support and accountability group. This is really huge. Have you ever wondered why weight loss coaches seem to have so much great results, right? Even though they all have different approaches, but somehow they get a lot of results. Why? It is because the people who are on the program, number 1, they've invested in themselves, like, okay, I really want to do this, and they've dropped some money. Number 2, it is the support and accountability. Maybe every morning they're pushing you. They say, you can do it, you can do 50 push-ups, and you just keep doing it, and you're seeing a lot of people doing it. This is the kind of support you also need when you're trying to push down your BP. You need someone that can keep you accountable to your goals. But if you're a very spirited person, you're very accountable to yourself, then of course you can do it on your own. But otherwise, you can look for, if it's a group of friends, hey guys, let's do this together, or or you can look for a professional who can actually hold you accountable, who is always saying, hey, have you done this today? Okay, so those are some of the places you can get support. Now, if you can use all 3, then you're unstoppable. Like you can actually crush your BP in 30 days, right? If you can use all three, you've got your family and your friends on your side. Your husband is telling you, hey mama, you can do this. Your husband is even eating the same meals you're eating. There is nothing as sweet as that than, okay, you're eating this one, this is mommy's food, this one is my own food, and then you're doing everything on your own. You might actually feel tired. We had someone on the community the other day say that he couldn't get off soft drinks because his his roommate uh, works in a soft drink producing company, and so their fridge is always stocked. So it's always full of soft drinks. So when you open the fridge, everything you're seeing is red, orange, coke, brown, and all those different colors. How can you get off soda? So that was his own trouble. But imagine all of them were doing, let's say they were doing a dash diet, they were doing a SAM strategy diet, they're cutting down their salt. It will be easy, very easy for you. Yes or no? Hi, if you're seeing this, let us know in the comments if you're enjoying this. If you've got any questions, drop in the comments as well. And don't forget to like and share. All right. So basically, you've got to get, number one, family and friends on board to really help you, to support you. Even when you're tired, you'll be like, honey, you can do this. Right. And then for family and friends, make sure you ask them. Don't just assume that they're going to support you. Ask them. Ask for support. Ask for help. Hey, can you please not eat that suya in my presence because it's going to tempt me? Ask them, and they'll be able to respect that. Okay, and if you have issues, you can tell them. You can get someone else to talk to them if you feel like. But let me also say this: if you don't even get support from your family and friends, that is not why you should drop your goals and be like, okay, so let it kill me. You should remember you're a human being first before you're a wife or a husband. So what that means is, even if your wife does not support you, don't give up on yourself. It happened once. We had this client, he was all go, he was like, let's do this. And then he actually joined our coaching program, HBR, High BP Reversal Program. And then the next day, the wife was like, I beg, you're on your own, I'm not there. And the man was so distraught, and he came back and said, you know what, I want to pull off even anything, even if it's to the detriment, my detriment, I don't worry, I just want to pull off. I'm like, no, you're a human being first. And then, but guess what? We kept talking and, drawing out, okay, so what do you really want? How do you want to address this? Are you going to give up on your goal? Eventually, we got the woman on board, and then the woman was so supportive eventually and was helping him. She even got the t-shirts, the champion t-shirts, and and funny enough, this particular man went ahead to drop 3 medicines. Was it 3 or 2? 3 or 2, one of the two, I don't know. But he had had it for 10 years. Yeah, 3 medicines now. At least 2. He dropped 2 medicines in 3 months just because he got support. So he had, in fact, he had the 3 levels of support. He had his family on board. Then he had online resources. So he basically used Hypertension Africa protocol, right? And then he actually got support and accountability in the High BP Reversal Program. That's how he did his. You don't have to do that. You can even go for the do-it-yourself program. We have the do-it-yourself program where you get the online resources that would help you to reverse high BP by yourself. Basically, it tells you everything you need to do, and then you start to implement on your own. That's the do-it-yourself BP crushing program. We have that. We also have the one that comes with the accountability and coaching. That's the third option. If you can get all 3, fine. If you can get only 2, fine. But what the most important thing is, make sure that you stick to your health. I'm going to link all those resources I'm mentioning in the comment section, and I'm also going to give you a resource. It's a free PDF. We give it out free because basically we want to educate you as well. We want to make it easier for you to be able to be in control of your numbers. So it goes over 5 of the biggest mistakes you are probably making that are causing your BP to remain high. So when you know these mistakes, it'll be easy for you to correct them, and then you can continue with other things, right? You can get our DIY program. So I'm going to link everything. Did you find this helpful? Let me know the 3 levels and what other kinds of support that you are going to be using, and are you using these 3, or would you use the 3, or are you using 2 or 1? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you around. I hope this helped you. I'm going to see you same time next week, 8 p.m. Wednesday, Central African time, or GMT +1, with Whole and Wellness Show. You've got this, you're a champion, you're crushing this. Bye for now.